What is this?
Music producers, the reason you're broke is because you obviously don't have the right business model. But don't worry, I figured out the best system to make a lot of money as a music producer.
Is my business model wrong? Things have been a little slower this month. Maybe I need to change what I'm doing. Shiny object syndrome. You see another producer making a lot of money, you immediately start doubting what you're doing, so you pivot and start copying them. You charge a flat rate to produce songs, but this guy over here is doing a monthly retainer. Artists are starting to annoy me. Maybe I'll go try sync licensing. Shit, this is actually taking forever to get paid. Maybe I should just teach people. That makes money, but I don't want to just be seen as a teacher. At the end of the day, you just want to make a living producing songs, but it's overwhelming as hell. And that's actually okay. It took me nearly 2 decades to find my place in the music business. I started playing guitar and drums when I was 8. As a teenager, I pursued being an artist. Then I became a recording engineer and started working in studios. In my early 20s, I moved to LA to be a producer-songwriter, ended up building a production company where I managed producers, and ultimately I became a YouTuber, technically. What I actually spend the majority of my time doing is running a producer development company where I help record producers navigate their careers. It's a job I just sort of made up, but it fits me perfectly. It's a combination of my knowledge, experience, and passion. But along the way, I explored every different business model you could think of. But here's the thing. I probably did it differently than how you're doing it right now. You might feel anxiety bouncing from one business model to another, just trying to figure out what will actually work. For me, it was a happy accident, and there's a lesson you can learn from my happy accident. Think of all the incredible music that was made back in the day. Iconic records from artists like the Beatles or Michael Jackson, Nirvana. Some people might argue that one of the many reasons this music was so great was because there were more limitations. They had to make great songs with limited technology available at the time. This forced them to be truly great at their craft. And there's something special about, just not having a million different options at your disposal, because a million options equals a million decisions that you have to make. And time spent thinking about the thing is time spent not actually doing the thing. It's just another opportunity to doubt what you're doing and not fully see it through. When I started seriously pursuing my career as a producer in the early 2010s, there were a lot of options. Sync existed, leasing beats was a thing, making content, working in studios, remote production. There were people doing all of those things. I just didn't know about it. See, the difference between building a career back then versus building one now is that you guys know all of the options up front. I didn't have the overwhelm of feeling like I had to choose correctly when I was first starting my career in music. I don't know if I would have ever started. And I understand that many of you watching this do feel overwhelmed, regardless of what level you're at. But there is a solution if you're willing to do it. I'm very lucky that every day I get to work with really passionate producers that are earnestly trying to build great careers. And when I first meet them, they're usually feeling kind of stuck. Some know what they want to do, some aren't sure. Others have been working in studios for years and just feel like they need to make some kind of pivot. And over time, I get to watch them figure it out and put wins on the board. New income milestones, bigger opportunities, more confidence, less overwhelm. And my approach to helping them is pretty simple. I just replicated what actually worked for me and most everyone else that I knew. And the best way for me to explain that is with a quick story. The only world I knew coming up was recording bands in a studio. That's what everyone around me did. And I put all of my time into that particular model. And when I was 24, I moved to LA with the goal of getting a job at one of the big major studios and getting to record all of the biggest rock bands in the world. That's what I was prepared for. Here was the problem. By 2012, a lot of things had changed. I remember I got an interview at a major recording studio in Hollywood, and the manager had to break it to me that what I was trying to do just wasn't really as much of a thing anymore. For example, she was like, Rihanna has this room booked for like the next year. In another room, they were recording just like a drum loop to be sent off for a pop record. And the manager told me that if I wanted to increase my chances of getting work in LA and really making a living doing this, that I needed to pivot and kind of focus on what was going on, track production, songwriting, studying what was on the charts. I had no idea about any of that stuff. It was like this dream that I had in my head was this giant balloon and someone just popped it. Now, most people would have freaked out or felt completely deflated. Not me. Within 3 months, I was full-time producing, writing, and mixing for solo artists, doing music that I never really had any experience with in the past. And what that taught me was this. It didn't really matter what the business model was. I could have picked any direction. What mattered was that I had 10 years of experience focusing and building something, which made me the type of person that could, you guessed it, focus and build something. That's what actually helped me be successful. And it shaped how I develop producers today. I almost always start them with freelancing. Artists paying them a production fee or for studio time to produce and mix their songs. It's not always glamorous, but it does 3 things. Number 1, it's controllable and it puts money in the bank now, which most of them need. Number 2, it gives them instant and brutal feedback from the market on how they actually stack up, which will make them a better producer. And 3, in order to freelance full-time and do it sustainably, you've got to develop some core fundamental skills and become the person who can actually build something, which will help them with any other business model that they explore in the music industry. While they're freelancing, I encourage them to spend 20% of their time exploring other things. Go try sync or attend some writing camps, develop an artist or project that you're passionate about, make some YouTube videos or a product, whatever interests them. This way they can scratch the itch while still feeling in control of their career. And because it's only 20% of their time, it sort of forces them to slow down and truly focus on one thing at a time and really learn it, see if they like it. What always happens is that they end up finding a combination of ways to make money as a producer that they're good at and that they enjoy. Some of them even go do things outside of the music industry. All that really matters is feeling content and being excited to wake up every day. When you boil it down, that's actually what we all want. And by the time they figure it out, they've developed the business acumen and maturity and discipline to actually make it all work. I like to tell them this. TV shows will always need music. Artists will always want to make hit songs and be famous. YouTube audiences will always need great mentors. Producers will always want cool products. All of that will still be here when you're ready to explore it. Build skills, don't chase shiny objects. This is what actually worked for me and everyone else I know. Thanks for watching. Hey, we have a lot of really cool videos here on the channel showing behind the scenes of how producers build their businesses. I put one of my favorites here up on the screen for you to click and watch next. Hope you enjoy it.